And we're back. Welcome, everybody. How are you doing tonight? Back with more art tonight. And tonight's topic is geological horror, aka Rocks Are Alive. So that's what we're going to be doing. Welcome, everybody. Hey, Siphon, Camped, Nova, Trashing. Hello. Hello, folks. How are you doing tonight? So, yeah. This is something that I've been thinking about for the past few days. I saw a Tumblr post that was talking about geological horror, and I'm like, that's a fun concept. Like, that's an interesting niche that isn't too explored, isn't it? So, hey Bean, what you up to? He's just running around. He's being really active. Like this past half an hour. You calm down. You'll see him in a bit, once he decides it's time. Hey, Rose. All rocks are alive. This includes the Earth. Exactly. Everything. So, yeah. I don't know. I've been thinking about the topic of geological horror as a like subgenre. And I decided I was going to put a little bit of that into Dreadfarer. If you don't know, Dreadfarer is the game I'm working on. It's a solo TTRPG, so it's a game about journaling. It is a game where you make a character and then you travel throughout a strange land that is full of weird places and cursed artifacts, basically. So among those cursed artifacts, there's going to be 120 of them total. 120 areas, 120 artifacts. I decided it would be fun to put some of that, like some of those geological horror concepts. And for today, specifically, the one I want to make, and we'll see if later we have time for another, but the one I want to make for today is a living geode. So, you see, you know what a geode is, right? It's those big rocks. When you open them, they're full of little crystals inside, really pretty, usually purple or some other color. And yeah, geodes are really cool, right? Like a cool geological formation. What if you found a geode and you put your ear to it and it's slightly like pulsing? It feels like, you know, there's something breathing inside. And you crack it open and it's flesh. It's all flesh inside. And then it instantly dies because it was existing in this sort of closed loop. And the moment you broke the loop, it dies. You exposed it to outside air. So you're left with a mystery. What was this thing? How was it alive? I don't know. I thought that was a fun little, like, mystery in a rock. My offering for geological horror, opalizing bones as a disease instead of a post-mortem process. Ooh, that's fun. Opalizing bones. I will note that down. DL, that's really good. That could be one of the curses you get in Dreadfarer. If you don't mind me stealing your idea, of course. Let me know. I'm noting that down. Or just like a medical horror type post. That could work as well. Yeah, like a clam. Like a clam-like geode. That's really good. A really good way of putting it. Free offering, thank you. This is what's inside a geodude. Oh god. Oh, geodude comes from geode. Maybe? I mean, not necessarily. I've always thought it came from like geo, from like, you know, geology. So it's like geodude. But it makes a lot more sense if you think it's geode. It's also a little circle. I don't know. I don't know if it is. It just feels like it makes more sense than just geo as a word. But yeah, this, I think I might double dip with this one. I kind of like it as a concept on its own, just like as a general, you know, one of my regular posts, but I think it also works really well in Dreadfarer. So I think I might double dip here. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about repeating a concept in the game and outside, but hey Bean, check this guy out. What you up to? Oh, sleeping. It's finally time for slumber after running around and trying to... You see those postcards in the back? He tried to take them all down. Managed to do a few of them before I stopped him. We have the pride postcard there. There. It's kind of hard to see there with the red lights because it kind of nullifies the blues. It looks like this. So, how about we go for it? So, let me open a new Photoshop document. And if you got any questions about Dreadfarer, I've talked about it plenty on stream, but you know, there's people who don't see all the streams, or who, if this is your first stream or something, and you want to know more about what Dreadfarer is, let me know. Ask me. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Okay, so we got a new Photoshop document right here, which we're gonna call, I think I'm just gonna call it Leaving Geode. Or Flesh It Geode, sounds better. Are you gonna let us submit pics for the Eldritch Pride flags again this year? I felt like I already kind of played out that concept. That's why I did the Pride Demon this year. We covered most of the, like, all the major, like, most well-known flags, and some less well-known ones. And I don't know if I like repeating the same concept year over year. But if you guys got any fun Pride-related ideas that we could do on stream, like, you know, stuff that involves submitting pictures, that sort of thing, let me know. Stalagmite cave and the stalagmites were teeth. I like that. I think I've seen a comic that works with that concept. It's not directly teeth stalagmites, but it is, you know, the cave walls are full of teeth, which is cool. Hello, Bean. Ooh, you're so sleepy. Okay, so we got our document here. Let's just start by looking for geode here. Let's see what we got. Maybe some good pictures. Just whoa. Why are you freaking out? There you go. Okay. Anyway, yeah, we got some cool geodes. Ideally, I'd like to have both sides.
Flesh geode sound like an Adam better atoma. Crack it open and say what your bonus body parts are.
Bonus body parts. I like that. Alright, what kind of flesh should we put inside? I feel like undetermined flesh. Something that feels kind of mysterious on its own. No more results. In 2 pages already. Huh? On 3 pages. Okay, we got no more results than this. Not a ton of geodes here, turns out. There's some a tasty looking plate of cheese. If that's anything. Okay, let's look up other places. Let me hop into the browser. If it loads, there it is. And let's go to... I'm thinking either Flickr or Wikimedia. Both. Yeah, I was just going to mention, we were talking about geological horror as a concept. Mystery Flesh Pit is a fantastic example of that. Geode could be an egg, have an embryonic creature in there. I like the idea that it might be an egg, yeah. Skeleton cow, I like your attitude. I like your drive. Is Terry geological horror? I think it's more space horror, although if you just consider the planet on its own, it has geological components. It is a planet. Type of mineral that is alive? No, we're gonna go full fleshy, not mineral. Okay, so here we have both sides of the geode, and it's not one of the like perfectly clean cuts that feel too modern. It kind of feels like it's been smashed open or you know, uh, sawed through in a more crude fashion, which makes sense for the time of Dreadfarer, right? This would have been just cracked open with whatever you got. The Borderlands / The Final Prayer. Oh, it is one movie with 2 titles. Interesting. That sounds fun. I'll check it out. Okay, let's see if we got any other good pictures of broken geodes. Honestly, this one's really good already. We're kind of missing a little corner of it, but I don't mind that much. I think I would like to have 2 hands holding it. So, you know, it feels like it's just been opened right now. And it's just like the picture in the moment. Although I guess, would that make sense? Who would be taking the picture if 2 hands are holding it? That's... Maybe the hands appear from above to make it feel like someone else is holding the 2 pieces for the person to take a photo. That makes sense. I made it make sense. That's a pretty cool geode. Wish we had the other side. Here's another one with both sides. This one's pretty cool as well. Honestly, we just kind of need the edge of it, because the whole inside is going to be made by us. Most creatures that create rock material are sea-based, corals and shells. Yeah. Could be some type of sea beastie. No, this one lives in a mountain. This one is going to appear, at least in the game, in Redfarer. Again, I might double dip and just do like a version that, like a standalone version, and also put it in the game. But for Dreadfarer, which is where this idea comes from, where I'm like the principal objective of this is this exists in an area called Motag, which is just like the mountainous area. You only have 2 hands? Skill issue. I'm sorry. But yeah, in real life, flesh geodes would probably be a sea creature. Okay, this one's pretty good. It's a small geode, but we even got the hand holding it. It's not the prettiest geode, but that doesn't matter because we kind of just need the edge. So it's a good option. Maybe a little bit too cleanly sawed through compared to this one, which feels rougher. Right, and this one feels a bit too clean, like down here, but the rest feels rough enough. It's all right. Unfortunately, you don't have any geodes to photograph. No worries at all. This reminds you of your dad. Yes, half an amethyst geode he got ages ago. Ooh, nice. I got a little bit of a meteorite. Back at my parents. I showed it a few streams ago. Oh, no more results. Okay, not a ton of geodes. Not even on Wikimedia, which is interesting. Okay, let's go to Flickr as well. Don't mind these photos. Nightly expanding of the Mothman. It's so large. Wow, this is huge. What the hell? Okay, this is the vibe, right? This is exactly the vibe we want for the picture, except that we want the two halves of it being held. So, but this is more or less what we're aiming for. See, I figured Flickr would have some like in the field pictures of geodes. It has one at least. It's also here. We both found geodes, says the name. Bureau of Land Management says we both found geodes. You and whom? Bureau of Land Management. I love that Bureau of Land Management just posts like regular pictures saying like, hey, we found geodes. Cool, dude. That's your job. Good job. Oh, that's a cool little geode. Wish we had the rest. They look like this one unbroken. Quartz geodes. That's strange. The potatoes of the earth. Conference skull. Hope it goes well. You have some unopened geode that still need to crack open. No natural lighting. Yeah, no worries, Mooney. You gotta open them in your own time. It's the loot boxes of nature. Okay, not that many pictures of geodes here either. Pretty surprised at the fairly low amount of pictures of these things. Aren't potatoes the potatoes of the earth? They're a type of potato of the earth. You don't have to be the only one. Pomme de terre, exactly.
Pomme de terre.
It did try to say it with a French accent. It didn't say pomme de terre, which would have been the logical way to pronounce that for Spanish TTS. It tried. It's really funny. Spanish TTS just spoke French with a Spanish accent. Did it say pomme de terre? It said pomme de terre. It's interesting. I wonder how that happens. Hold on, we didn't pick a picture. Let me download a few. Okay, so this one is really good. We got both sides. I would like ideally like a more round geode, but we can edit these a little bit to make them smoother. And yet, since we have both sides, we don't have to mirror it in weird ways. We can just use them as is. We would need the hands below these though, but it is a good start. This one we just got half, it just looks pretty. This one we got both halves, let's download. Okay, good. What else do we have? We have this one, pretty small, we do have both halves. So I'm not sure. For now, I like those other two we downloaded. I'm just gonna download those. We got the other ones in tabs on the browser, so in case we need it, we can always come back for it. What if rocks were hot pockets? Hot pockets are like little microwave pizza things, right? That's how it works. It's an American brand, so I'm not exactly sure. The snack that bites you back. The true food that bites back is pineapples. True. Oh, my partner recently used pineapple juice for a burn. Okay, I gotta explain this a little better than just saying she used pineapple juice for a burn. My partner's a plastic surgeon. I've explained this. She's a resident in plastic surgery, so she's done training. She recently was in Madrid in a hospital where they do this. They don't do this at her current hospital. It's a pretty new technique, but there is an extract that is obtained from pineapples. You know how pineapples kind of like sting you a little bit when you eat them? They have this little sting to them. That is a thing called bromelain, I think it's called, or bromelain. It's an enzyme that's inside the pineapple that sort of dissolves tissue. It's kind of like a digestive enzyme of sorts. And it's been shown that if you got like a large burn or an area with a lot of like necrosis in the tissues, you can use an extract of that enzyme, basically purified for a much, so it's really, really strong. And you can put that on the affected area and it will dissolve the dead tissues while the live tissues are kept, they're going to be a little irritated, but they're kept intact. So it's like basically like a chemical way of removing all the dead tissue. And it's just pineapple juice of sorts. And I don't know, we laugh about it. Do not pour pineapple juice on burns. Oh my god, do not do that. It actually has a lot of sugar. It'll infect your... Exactly. You gotta do that. Usually it's just done manually. You'll just cut off the bad skin or the bad tissue, right? The dead tissue by hand. But there's a chemical way of doing it. When you got really large burns and stuff, it'll be better. But yeah, it's still a pretty new method. Not all hospitals do it. Oh, where are you going, Bean? Okay. Whoop. Okay, hold on. Let me put on Bean Cam. There he is. He wants to chill next to me. He probably got a bit too warm in his bed. Tap, 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 tap. Don't worry, Beanie's not gone. He's just here. He does that. He removes a lot of space in my table, but I gotta work through that. It's fine. Okay, so this one feels a little better to be like handheld. I don't know how big it is in real life. It's probably quite large, but just judging from the context of the picture. But what we want is to just have the two geodes. What is their color layer? Or Bean probably pressed a button. We want to have the two sides of the geode being held by two hands, kind of like this, posing for the camera. So I'm just gonna hit it with this. It has a bit of a weird edge down there. And you know what? We're gonna be working on this. Let me see if this is disabled. Yeah, it is. There's a filter I got on my screen. Since I might double dip and make this both a regular post and also an item in Dreadfarer, we're gonna work on it with color and then make it black and white at the end, because I also want it to be good in color. Gonna make this a little smaller. I don't want it to cover the full screen. And honestly, I'm gonna separate both of these into two separate layers. That's one. Nope. There we go. And that's the other. A word in Spanish. Well, geode is really easy. It is geoda. But, you know, G's in Spanish, if they're followed by an E, they're pronounced th, which is really hard for English speakers. It's written like this. Exactly the same, but and then an A instead of E. But when there's a G next to an E, instead of being pronounced like G, which is like just the general sound of G, fuego, G. If it's next to an E or an I, it's pronounced like a J. Geoda. Okay, this kind of cut off the edge, but it isn't too noticeable. Bean has joined in the desk for research, such a dedicated assistant. Truly. Oh, he just made a little noise. Gotta head to bed. Okay, Stray Thought. Have a good night. You've been reading a lot of books in Spanish at work. Nice. How's your Spanish going? Okay, so I'm gonna make a copy of this just so I can get this lower corner and sort of complete this little chunk that's missing. Actually works pretty well. Gotta cut off a little bit from this edge to make them fit. But other than that, it's good. So we're gonna fuse them together. Just a little mixing of the layers. Hold on, let me get the full corner. Nothing terrifically complicated. Children's book that usually have the English translation side by side. That's a great way of learning. That's really good. Finally, we can eat geode, just not in the way we think. Forbidden snack. Crystal lollipops? I don't think I've ever seen crystal lollipops. The outside makes it like a bowl. Fresh soup. Flesh soup. It's about a rooster who moves into a town where music is being banned. Now he fights the evil mayor by singing every morning. That sounds like a lot of villages I've been to. Okay, so I got both sides of the geode. I'm gonna combine these. Or, not combine it, but make them into a single layer. And I'm gonna take them and squish them a little bit so they feel a little bit more round. It bothers me a little that they're very angular. I kind of want them to be, you know, like your classic round geode. Because obviously, you know, when you do this sort of thing, you rely a lot on first impressions. So if it looks like if it looks like an atypical geode and it has flesh inside, people might not initially recognize it as a geode. So if you that's why I always try to make it look like the typical like prototype example of something when I change it a lot. Because that way you can rely on people's first impression to be right. I had a lot of fun today with the snake posts. Seeing people's reactions. I'm happy that people played along with it. In case you didn't see it, let me show you the snake.
Next.
Okay, there's a snake art I made yesterday, and the text I ended up going with is, "Snakes aren't real. It's a camera artifact that happens when one of these extremely fast, tiny lizards runs past while the shutter is open. The long legless animal is nothing more than a myth perpetrated through culture and media. It is time to wake up and see the truth." I kind of went for the conspiracy theorists explanation, because then it allowed me to go in the comments, and whenever people started asking, "But I've seen a snake," I would just reply with, "Oh, you just saw the animatronics. That's not real." People saying, "But I have a snake right next to me." No, it's just running back and forth really fast. Were there any people accusing you of spreading misinformation? Or spreading information? Now, there was on Blue Sky. Blue Sky people are like a certain type. There's just, it's not everyone on Blue Sky, obviously, but there is a lot of like a specific type of guy who really wants to be right and who's really pedantic about it. Like, you know, the vibe. And I think it was here where I got a comment from someone saying, "Sadly, with the way the world works now, in a couple of years people will start believing it as a true story just because it got high engagement on a social network. And yes, they will say I probably work for the snakes." That's the type of guy you get on Blue Sky a lot. It's like that specific tone, right? It doesn't feel like it's playing along with a joke. It's just taking it seriously in a in a way that's just like, have some fun, mate. It's so obviously fake. It's like the birds aren't real thing. Nobody really believes that. It's a joke conspiracy. Like maybe convince someone for 3 seconds, but it's a joke conspiracy, and people play along with it, and other folks seeing people playing along with it and think, "Oh, these people must believe it." And that's how the story spreads. Spending hundreds of dollars on robot snakes, and for what? Yeah, the government is trying to cover it up. Someone suggested, I liked this on the Twitter replies. Someone suggested, can they, like, are they so fast that they can pierce tank armor? And I like that for the explanation of the government hiding them, because they're actually super dangerous weapon, so they don't want people finding out. I like that, it plays into the conspiracy quite well. Wait, birds are real? Explain. No, don't believe it. Don't believe the lies. Don't believe the lies. That's what Big Bird wants you to think. kind of smoothing out the edges here. And now the difficult thing is we gotta make the other side look the same. We'll manage. That more or less. Now we need to pull this one in. I don't care much about what's inside here. If it gets too stretched, I don't really mind, because we're gonna cover that. Just like the government is covering up the truth about snakes. You, sir, should be jailed. Oh my god, that comment. People do actually believe birds aren't real? Did the theory escape the joke realm? That's so funny. There are flat earthers, yeah. I'm not that surprised. In Fallout 4, some of the birds are actually camera spying on you. Really? That's fun.
There's always one person in the world willing to believe a conspiracy theory, no matter how outlandish.
Yeah, of course. That's you can't generalize that sort of thing. But if you go to like Facebook groups or you know, subreddits or that kind of stuff for birds aren't real, it's just people taking the piss. It's people having fun. So I won't deny that there's probably people out there who do believe it, but the general sense of the conspiracy, it's just in good fun. Okay, do these two more or less match? I think maybe this corner doesn't. It's a bit better. Yeah, I don't know, more or less fits. The one where Australia isn't real. Like all my Australian friends disappearing instantly. The Earth isn't flat. Yet. With your donation of $5 or more, we can change that. It's like, oh, just the other day on the Discord, someone was talking about a world building project that they had participated in, being taken by kind of like conspiracy grifters on TikTok as, you know, part of an actual conspiracy. It is, and you might have seen this because it has done the rounds quite a lot. It is a map of the flat Earth, kind of in the center, and outside of the Antarctica ice wall, there's just more and more continents. And it is actually, I thought, you know, when I first saw it floating around the internet, I never like thought too much about it. I figured, oh, it's just like conspiracy theorists kind of making fanfics, basically. World building the flat Earth. But it's actually quite cool. It's a whole world building project. I think it's called Beyond the Ice Wall. That's the one. And you know, they organize on like Reddit and Discord and stuff, and they collaboratively create this insane, whoa, that's huge. They collaboratively create this insane map of, you know, the flat earth in the middle, and then, you know, there's a bunch of made up continents, the glowing islands, the bridge between land and sea, and every one of these islands has like world building to them, as far as I've been told by that person who participated in it. Like a lot of these continents are you know, like physical representations of conspiracy theories. So like in this world, every conspiracy theory kind of exists in these outer reaches. So the one they were working on had every like every bit of dinosaur misinformation and like old school dinosaur designs that are outdated now. That's what it has. That's what they had in their worlds. So it's a lot of stuff like that. It sounds like a lot of fun. But yeah, people on TikTok and stuff started taking these and treating them as real, or you know, as part of what real flat earthers believe. Which you know, there's not a lot of flat earthers anymore. They also jumped ship to QAnon, I think, or most of them. Hey, Maxwell. Flat Earthers ran Reddit thinking it was real. That's so funny to me. There's grown adults who think the SCP Foundation is real. I don't think there's grown adults in their full mental state who think that. Like, there is a like paranoid conspiracy, like a person with an actual mental disorder who will believe this sorts of things. But we're talking like generally, the general consensus among conspiracy theorists and stuff. So yeah, it's the same as like birds aren't real. Trying to find a good corner to put in here. I think this one, I'll just warp it. .173 got my uncle. No. We made it real. Isn't Beyond the Asphalt a bunch of globes stacked on top of each other? I think it's flat Earth, but I'm not sure. It's like inspired by flat Earth maps and stuff. At least originally. What's been happening to the snakes? What snakes? Snakes aren't real. Just go with a little corner like this. It's not much, but it kind of rounds out the shape a little. Like this. And we'll do that to the other corner as well. And I think with that we got a good base. to start putting flesh. Like I say in every stream, it is flesh time. I remember seeing an image that was an Earth on top of a bunch of other globes that get bigger and flatter as they go down. And maybe, I don't know, I haven't seen that. We got a mind control caterpillar in our house. The ones that guard the parasitoid wasp's eggs. Oh, that's so cool. Is there a mystery information? Can I spread it? Good one. Hey, Wesley. You're supposed to work on a PowerPoint for a PowerPoint night with your friends. You don't wanna. Too sleepy. You got time after this? Or are you just gonna wing it? Okay, we got our geodes. We're gonna call them G1 and G2, I guess. Oh, you guys can't see it. It's behind Bean. You'll have to trust me on it. Okay, second, we need a background. I want two hands holding them like that. So let's see, what should I look for? Maybe just hands. And try to find something like this. I remember looking specifically for palms. Will give you a lot of palm trees. So that's why I search for hands instead. Got a bit of time still? Ah, you got this. What did you find, Siphon? This one has really shallow focus, unfortunately. So it might not be ideal, because I might have to blur a lot of the geodes as well. So let's see what else we find. Like this sort of image is ideal if it weren't, you know, from the side. Isn't the best. It's like very gentle holds. But it is better than the first one. Put it in an operating room. Is that what it looks like? That's fun. The butt plug earth. Ooh, okay, this is better. Hey, RGB. We had a good nap. Why are the rocks alive? I don't know. Why is anything else alive? Why not, is the question. Is there an opposite of what you're doing where instead of cracking open rocks and finding meat, you crack open meats and find rocks? Well, there's gallbladder stones. That's a thing. There's pearls too. Pearls are it's kind of rocks that are inside meats. There's kidney stones, of course. Plenty of horrible meat stones. Okay, so this image is not bad for a background. Let's see what else we can find. See if there's anything better. Would bones count as stones? Good question. I guess it depends how you define stones. They're made of a lot of the same stuff that, I don't know, like seashells are made of, and seashells in large enough quantities form types of stones. Biological stone. Oh, here we've got a similar picture of hands, but they're separated, which makes it even better. I think this might be it. And I want these geodes to be close to each other because I'm gonna make something real gross. When I put the meat, I'm gonna have little tendrils. Oh, where are you going, Bean? Back to bed. Back to bed it is. Let me put the camera in the bed zone. Okay. I'm gonna do something real gross. I'm gonna have little tendrils go from one to the other. You know, like they were connected and they were just separated right now. So it's just like a bunch of gross sinew going from one to the other. Maybe some falling down like this. That's what I'm gonna do. But first of all, we've got to figure out what type of flesh to put inside. I'm thinking... Oh, what do you call these things? Sea urchins. You guys ever seen the inside of a sea urchin? Have you ever eaten a sea urchin? They do have, like, you know, an inside coated in flesh, which is pretty interesting. But I wonder if I'll find a picture of that. It's got orange flesh. Yeah, it's very orange. You guys should try it if you've never had sea urchin. Delicious. Okay, so let me just look on Flickr. We might, or let's start with Wikimedia actually. Look for urchin. That's the one. Living rocks reminds you of those tunicates. Where are those tunicates? Tell me more about them, Kofa. Also, hi, welcome. There we go. That's the inside of a sea urchin. You've seen it now. So it is eaten in the Philippines as well. It's pretty common in the north of Spain. You know, they're common to find. And they're also fairly common seafood there. Sea urchins are so cool. Hey, you're just a hedgehog, not an urchin. I know that urchin is like the old name for hedgehog. Even though it isn't used nowadays. This one's dangerous. Oh my god. Evil thing. Okay, so we got a couple pictures that show the insides. This one's probably the best though. It is not really large, unfortunately. Some good urchin videos on YouTube. The urchin side of YouTube with all the urchin YouTubers. Just saw your snake, big fan, new favorite critter. Glad you like it. Yeah, they're called sea hedgehogs in Spanish. Yep. Edito de mar. That's your free Spanish word redemption. Okay, this one's not really... Oh, it's so small. Give me bigger pictures. Come on. Anything. Let's look in other places. So let's go here and search for urchin. Let's search for sea urchin. Not urchin. Come on. Okay, whatever. It doesn't let me write the start of a search bar. Sure. It's prepared sea urchin. We need more flesh. Ooh. Look at that texture. It's kind of gross. I really like these guys. What are their name in English? Echinoderms? Or brittle stars? Brittle stars. That's the one. Brittle stars are... They're great. They're like evil starfish. They look evil and you see them moving around and they feel evil. It's great. It's a great creature design. Puerulensis? Let me see. Ooh. I think I've seen this. Yeah. They look like living rocks. Yeah. To be honest, they look like exactly what we're trying to make. We're gonna try to make them grosser to compensate. Oh, these things are awful. I love them. Honestly, they could be our base photo here. Only one picture. Choritos, they call them in Chile. Look at choritos. Hey, artists. Wow. Thank you so much for the follow, for the raid. Welcome, folks. How you doing? We're doing a living rock today. We're just looking for fleshy things, but when we are done, we're gonna put them on this geode. We're gonna have a living geode full of flesh. How was your stream, Zwap? Thank you. So yeah, we're here looking for fleshy things. And there's this food called choritas. But no luck here. Oh, we might have had... Oh, look at that. I don't know why that gave me a picture of genitalia, but I hope that doesn't ban my stream again. It was an accident, Twitch. I swear. We're looking for this. We're looking for the quote-unquote living rock called Pura chilensis. Not a lot of pictures of it, unfortunately. So, I don't know. We will... I think we might keep looking for sea urchins. We'll see. See if we're lucky. And the stream didn't get banned, so that's good. The other time it happened automatically, so I was just waiting a few seconds to see if that triggered, but no. Okay, so did I download sea urchins? I did not. Let's go. Let's download that. Let's download this one. And what other fleshy things of the sea do we have? Oh wait, you guys can't see this. Can't give me heart attacks. Wait, actually, was I on the main screen? Was I not on the browser when a pussy showed up? That's actually might be the luckiest thing, the luckiest mistake I've done. I looked for that species of living rock and looked it up on Wikimedia, and I guess there is a slang name for pussy who might be similar or something in Chile. I assume, but it popped up there. Strangely textured cookies. They played in sacrificial altar. Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it ended up popping up on stream, because I might have been on this screen. I will check on the VOD. Every word is slang for either vagina or penis. Yeah, I guess so. Well, always gotta be careful on Wikimedia. I tend to be careful on Wikimedia when I'm looking up anything anatomy related, but in this case, I just didn't know. It's a surprise pussy. Anyway, that was scary. But we got flesh. And that is what is important. It's not the best quality, but maybe we'll use that as a base. And then just gonna work on top of that. So increase the resolution by adding more textures. What if I put this... Oh, that's kind of gross. I like it. Okay. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. These are geode 1. Here's our urchin. Genital jump scare. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna take the inside of this. Well, I guess first things first. We're gonna take a hue saturation layer. I'm gonna take the purples. and we're gonna destroy them. Gonna make that, or actually let's just change the purples into pink or kind of fleshy tones. Let's see, that goes to blue. This goes more towards red. It also kind of gives us greens. Okay, let me just desaturate for now. We're gonna add the same to the other geode. And then we're gonna add a color layer, some fleshy tones. Something like this, maybe. It's too strong. Okay. Let's see. Something like this at a low opacity, maybe. And this was 35% opacity, so let's do the same. Every object is either phallic or ionic. You cannot escape. The geodesy. Maybe I blur the inside here. So basically take a copy of itself. Blur it a bunch. Oh wait, that should include this. Meaty, or it's gonna be meteor, don't worry. Okay, so if we blur that, we kind of have a base shape for the meat. And we apply this. Let's see, there's several ways to apply this. Let's see, for example, this shortcut here will turn it into a hard light layer, which sort of just applies a texture without changing the color and lighting too much, but could be some hard light and some overlay maybe. Starting to look a little fleshier. I think the color needs to be more red. That's a little better. Okay, let's do the same for the other color. Your beloved fear. Well, you're in the right place. Let's get our other sea urchin photo. This is the one we already used. God, they're so small. They're good pictures, but they're so small. Let's use that. Now we fit it inside. Alright, that's quite good. I think I like this side better than this side. I think it's just because there's a little more variation. Okay, I might not desaturate it entirely, because like full saturation kind of gives you this. There's some blues that I don't love. No, this is pretty good. Okay, so far so good on this side. This one I'm still not convinced. So let me get the hard light version. Turn that up. And remove hue saturation. So I think just the base photo might be worse here. Because honestly this looks much better with the same effects. But this is already a little better. We just need more flesh. But it's already looking like a meaty geode. It's weird I'm getting hungry. I mean, it is a sea urchin, and sea urchins are delicious. So I guess it's not that weird. Full saturation makes it look more grotesque. Yeah. Yeah, when you just kind of make everything a single color, it turns it pretty bland. And for meat, you generally want something that has a bunch of different tones and stuff. Valdevia Meshi. Honestly, I loved Dungeon Meshi. I should do fan art of it at some point. Like one of the creatures in it. It's just, you know my problem with fan art? When I start thinking of like what to do for fan art, in most cases, I will end up just like that the idea will slowly drift until it is not fan art anymore and it's something original, like just inspired by, you know? That's kind of what I get with Dungeon Meshi. Like, oh, their concept for mimics is really fun. It is crab mimics that get inside different containers and boxes. I'm like, that's really good, right? And I kind of want to make something like it. But I started thinking, I ended up coming up with ideas that, you know, are different from what they do in the manga. And it just inevitably ends up becoming something different. So I don't know. Whenever I see gore, I go, damn, when's lunch? Is that a normal layer? No. Soft lights. There we go. Okay, you know what? Despite the pictures not being ideal, because they're very small, I think sea urchin was the right call. I'm glad I ended up going with it. I might do some color management though. And oh, it's too much. What if I added soft lights? Makes it pop a little more, right? Okay, I also want to add like these center bits. I want to make them white, like here. They kind of feel like tendons or something, like connective tissue. I dig that. Okay. Right now it kind of feels like, you know, there's flesh inside, but it doesn't feel really thick. I think I'd like it to have a thick coat of flesh. Trying to paint. Let me paint Photoshop. I would like it to have a thicker coat of flesh, like all around. So, you know, we're cutting through it. So all of this edge, instead of being white, I think should be fleshy, and maybe we add a bit of texture to it. So let's go here. I think I'm gonna add soft light and color. And in the soft light, I'm just gonna make the edge around darker. Are you listening to me? No, of course it's not listening to me. It is making, I was doing it on the wrong side. I was painting here when I should be painting here. Photoshop. Oh, Photoshop. What's the taxonomy of rocks if they're alive? They are little guys. I don't know. I think maybe they're a sea urchin, since we're going with that. But in the game, it's going to be left mysterious. In real life, they would be sea urchins. In the game, you know, it's a little bit more fantastical. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Now it feels like a thicker layer of flesh, doesn't it? Same on the other side now. Pretty simple concepts. Just making the edge darker. Like so, and then adding color. Gonna take the same colors as the other side. Maybe more soft light in some areas just to make it even darker. You know, this little edge also blends in the crystal and the flesh a bit better. So this is before and after. I think it helps blend it in and create the impression of a thick layer. Okay. Now there's something important. This, the mucus. Some little strands of disgusting mucus going from side to side. And I'm wondering what to use. Melted cheese? What do you guys think? What has a texture of the ooze? What has a texture of mucus getting stretched like that? Maybe like that stretchy slime. I have to look for slime here. I mean, a couple between these fingers. Nothing huge though. Maybe if I look for like drips. It's giving me more like water drips. This strangely horny picture. Why is that in Unsplash? It's mostly just gave me water dripping. We want something closer to like melty cheese. I might get a drippy weenie. Not here, not in this search. As long as I have Pixabay turned off. Pixabay sometimes has nudes. Let's just go for melting cheese. Let's give me pictures of things melting and of cheese. This one maybe does have a stringy cheese. It's got a lot of stuff in the middle, but I like these little strands. That's the sort of texture I'm looking for. Or this one. Hey Boris. Twitch throwing your 3 ads. Oh my god. They're desperate. Oh, melty cheese. Melty cheese. Okay. Got some melty cheese. I could always draw it myself, but it's never gonna look as realistic as getting it from a picture. Okay, we're getting a lot of pictures of melting cheese, that's good. Another one. God damn it. Okay, I think we got enough. More than enough. Try the webs sentence sacrificial. Oh, those are cookies. Let's see. Let me search for webs there. This one's a bit too dirty. Like there's too much stuff we would have to remove, unfortunately. With these stones imply that various moles and bugs try dig to eat it. I like that idea, yeah. Would a meat rock have predators or parasites? Could a species of meat rock be a parasite to another species? I'll say, hey Jess. Miss watching our streams. Well, welcome back. It's great to have you. Did I hear googly eyes? Yes. Let's see. Where should we put the googly eyes? Hold on, I got it. One here. The other's there. Or thing has been split in half. It's a rock terry. It's just a cousin of theirs. Okay, let's have the melty bits. Let's see what we got. Let's see what that's a cat hair in my screen. There we go. What are the best ones to use here? This could be good. It has a lot of like stringiness. So let's see. This doesn't do a great job, but it is a start. Harry the Amethyst Geo. Okay. Ooh, the hair tool is not working great with this. But we'll give it a good try. As long as we can mostly remove the background here, it's still a win. Not too awful. Oh, thank you for the save reminder. Cheese rocks, you wish. Hi, Cryptid. Have to drive home. Hope it's not a long drive. Now let's see what we can do with this. So as per my drawing, I want to have a kind of a longer string, which might be, this one might be good for. That goes from side to side and kind of droops down in the middle. So we can do something like this, kind of combine it at each edge. And then we do colors. Let's see what that looks like. The dangerous calzone. Only an hour drive? Say that like it's nothing. Americans scare me. To me, an hour-long drive is to go literally to the other side of the island. I can't go further than that. Also, I just realized that I look super pink when I'm editing this. I'm the pink man. It's fine, I guess I'm pink today. And that's how you turn cheese into flesh. Now we do that again a few times. So let's see what else we got. This one's a bit thick. This one has a lot of thin strands, which might be good. Let's hit on select. Not great, it just selected the upper part of it. Maybe if I choose a few of them individually. Like so. Let's see what it does. Come on, Photoshop. Let me get the cheese. Okay, and for this I'll probably use a hair tool, except for here. Sorry. Cheese into flesh is something I did not expect to hear. I always say weird things in this stream. An hour is a regular commute in your state? Oh my god. Sounds awful. What dish do you want, Sora? This? Sounds like a... I was gonna say pizza, but maybe it's just a very thick pizza. I don't know. No, it seems to be covered, so maybe like some sort of cheese pie of some kind. I don't know what it is. Wish I could tell you. Can't help you with that. Okay, this will be great for Mortal Strands. The file does not contain the name, though. Okay, so now we puppet warp, and I think it'll treat these as individual strands. Yes. Perfect. That way I can individually move them around. Can do something like this. And then, same as before, we just blend them together. And then we make it meaty, which should just be a color layer and some adjustments. Maybe a couple of colors for variety. And then, get this out of here. Then we darken. Cheese into flesh. It's an hour to the good hospital where you live? Damn. American distances scare me. Get a juicy crack into the stone. Okay, I'm gonna make these strands larger too. Maybe these ones up top are smaller though. Yeah. Okay, a soft light layer. To paint a little bit of light and shadow on everything. I think we kind of got a weird edge around the whole thing. So I'm gonna do something real quick. I kind of just generally shift the edge inwards. There we go. That fixes it more or less. Everyone in chat, imagine licking the flesh geode. Why did I say that out loud? Now more people will do it. Don't do it. Don't imagine that. Don't cause yourself distress for no reason. With less snow. Gross, no. Looks awful to eat. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, you need a little fork to scrape that off at the very least. Is it like an oyster? I'd say more sea urchin. But I guess a lot of y'all haven't eaten sea urchins. I guess they're not very common in the US. At least as far as eating them goes. Guys, if you eat it, please be civilized. No. No, just getting in there and licking the inside. You gotta use a little fancy fork. Honestly, you guys is lost. Sea urchins are delicious. Have a very unique flavor. Fingers are nature's forks. Let's add some shadows. So I've taken a selection of everything here. I'm gonna create a little shadow underneath. Which should help with the lighting. I'm probably gonna have to warp it so that the middle goes down. Something like that. What's up, Bean? Your little tongue is out. Oh, he's so sleepy. Let me see if I can capture it on camera. He's sleeping with his... it's kind of hard to see on camera, but his little tongue is out. Blep. Oh, there it is. Oh. I'm holding it backwards, I know. But it was the only good way of showing you. Good kitty. Sleepy boy. Oh, where are you going? Are you coming? Come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah. Come on over. It is bean time. It is bean time. Yes. Yes, let's go. He's so sleepy. He's such a sleepy boy. Yeah. Ooh, there he goes. Go, go over. Come on. Hop on. Oh, you're just gonna... You don't have the energy to hop on. I'll do it for you. There we go. It is bean time. Look at how he's holding on. He's grabby fingers. What's up, little man? You got anything to say to chat, Bean? Sweet boy. Hold on. You guys gotta listen to this. Let me put on crunch mode. Do you hear it? Do you hear the purse? Thank you, Cass. Oh, we'll give him a treat right now. You're about to hear the crunch. Look at this. Look at this, Bean. Yeah. Get the rest. Yummy. Very good. Great crunches, yes. Good job on that crunching, Bean. You're doing great. We're proud of you. Okay, where were we? Yes, the shadows. Okay, so I wanted to add more strands like these, but they're the ones that broke off, so they're just kind of hanging limply on the sides. So let's see. More cheese. There was one of the pictures I got of the cheese. Which one was it? Oh, careful, Bean. This one here has cheese kind of on the side, limping. Why are you... Where do you do this lately? Okay, he just wants to go. Sometimes he just... He just gets up and starts stretching on my shoulders. It's cute. Here's the Bean. He's showering. Not a lot of cheese like this. Guess we can use these for now. Is this for Dreadfarer or just random art? Actually, I'm thinking I'm gonna double dip. So I'm gonna use this for Dreadfarer, but I'm also gonna make it into its own post. Because initially the idea was for Dreadfarer, but I was like, this could really work as its own separate thing, so Why not? Why not both? Okay, that works pretty well, honestly. Does it have an edge? No, it's pretty much good. Please have a googly eye Easter egg in Dreadfarer. Oh, that's fun. What would it be, though? Maybe a little icon to googly owl for someone who worshipped it. Wish we had more little strands like these that were just hanging. I guess we can make our own. Let me note that down so I don't forget. I'll see if I can find a fun spot to put a little googly eye or googly owl reference. I'll see. Oh yeah, this song reminds me, do you guys see the new Zelda announcement? It looks really fun. Looks really cute. It's the first time you play as Zelda too. You just gonna lie down here? Oh, it's still shower time. Okay. Gonna avoid the actual gameplay and spend the entire game doing random shit. Honestly, that's the way to go. I'll see you, Maxwell. Have a good time zone. Okay, yeah, so we're looking for more little strands like these. And honestly, I think we could just make our own, or maybe this little strand is pretty good. Let me use that one first, and we'll see what it looks like with it. Okay, so we're gonna turn that into a smart object, and that's where we're gonna pop a warp. So I don't want it to be straight. It has to be kind of hanging. Just hanging out. yeah, I should probably desaturate this because maybe it's the colors causing some weird artifacts. Oh yeah, that definitely changes things. Oh god. Okay. Now we're talking. We got a lot more detail out of that just by removing the color. I always forget to do that. It doesn't make a ton of sense because I was going to remove the color anyway, so I might have, if I had done that from the start, I would have saved a lot of time. That's fine. It's not a huge deal. Custom 10-minute edits gone. I rotate the rewards. So yeah, that one might be gone. I don't remember last time I rotated them. Were you looking for something specific? Might be too thin for what you want. Wait, which strands did you sand? Oh yeah, those webs. Yeah, unfortunately, there's like a ton of like tiny little things, little beads in there that I would have to remove. So unfortunately, not too viable. But they're good pictures. Let's do some color and let's see if it works. It's a bit too bright. This cruel man just killed an innocent creature. It even had googly eyes. Where are you going, Bean? Oh, goodbye. It's gonna walk around. What does it mean? You want to go out? Okay. I'm gonna let the kitty out for 5 minutes so I can go pee or whatever. Also, Googly Owl shirt in case you didn't see it. Gotta rep the merch. You guys can get this as well, of course. Exclamation point merch in the chat. Okay, Rose. Have a good night. Let's add maybe some reds. There we go. Okay. Actually, I think it looks pretty good like this. Let's pick up all these all these strands. Let's call them goop. That's a goop sketch. Look at this. Fucking spot on. I didn't do it like I didn't think about it specifically. I didn't think about replicating the sketch. But that's honestly spot on. That's so funny. Go over to your ankle. Ouch. Question about the timetable announcements. Is there some magic code in it that shows a person actual local time? Yes. Yes. If you go, for folks who don't know, I'm starting to put a stream schedule. This is the first week I do it, but every Sunday or Monday, I'm gonna put up the stream schedule for the week, so you'll know which days there will be streams, at which hour approximately, and the topic. If you go to the Discord and scroll down to the channel called the Val's Operating Room, that's where you'll find them. And you just go to the pins there in Val's Operating Room, and if you look at the times, they are like automatically translated to your time zone. Is it normal for your arm to hurt after rolling your ankle? No, those are different parts of the body. Okay, this makes a little animation. Which arms or hands should I choose? I think these ones, right? A little bit separate. I don't know. It feels a little better. The googly eyes really sell the horror. Yes, I agree. Okay, we gotta figure out exactly where our light is coming from. It's not difficult. It's coming from the top. That does make the hands a little weird. So it makes them not match the lighting very well. This would technically be better, but then there's a question like, who's taking this picture, right? It could be a person just standing over a different person that's doing this, but it is a little weird. Especially for Dreadfarer, where we're gonna have like the old school version of this photo in black and white and stuff, and you're kind of imagining a huge camera and some like two people posing like that. Like, I feel this makes more sense. Maybe. Why is the cheese back? There it is. Okay. Lighting matches better, but it feels like we're looking at the image backwards. So I guess we'll go with like the hard to explain hands. Just do this. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I was remembering we were joking about putting rubber duckies in Red Ferrer and discovering they were already invented at the time. That was so strange. Very unexpected. Yeah, so I guess we'll just go with this. You started watching too late. You're the goer to bed. You have a good time, Zone Jazz. Thank you for coming. I'm imagining some archaeologists found meat in a rock and the first thing they did was put googly eyes on it. No, it's even more horrifying if you think that the googly eyes were already there. The photographs can be placed upside down. That's true. The photograph could have been taken upside down from behind, like from a different person. Like person A holds the geode like this. Person B holds the camera like this. Right? This could explain this photo. An artifact being an ordinary object from the present. I've thought about it. It is okay. There aren't any like really any kind of choke artifacts. So that's kind of like touchy. Like putting one that works. It would have to work really well, you know. Will Bean be back? Let me go check on Bean. See if he's at the door. Check out this meat in the meantime. He was not. But his stories aren't. Okay, he likes doing something. He'll bring his toys to the legs of my chair to play with them there. Because, I don't know, he kind of like rolls them around the legs. So sometimes I'll roll my chair and it's, you know, a toy will get in the middle of these. Archaeologists used to put things in their mouth back then. Yeah, that is true. They used to taste rocks. Its fake eyes like butterfly wings to ward off predators. Honestly, it's pretty hard coming up with 120 artifacts. We're currently at I mean, I don't have a exact count. Kind of keeping track of everything that's been written in a little table here. So that's I feel like somewhere about above half with the artifacts. So there's still a few, quite a few, to write down. That's most of what's left of the game right now is uh, just like finishing up writing all these artifacts, the art which I'm doing, and I'm putting it together. Like mechanically, there's at least the bones of it are there. The all the mechanics are there. We'll probably have to tweak the mechanics once kind of everything's put together and we do some and we play test it ourselves and have some people help us play test it so that we can make sure that things are balanced, like you don't die too much or too little, you don't come across the same things too many times, like that sort of thing. And that's something you can't really do like on paper. You gotta see people play it, so that's something that we'll have to figure out. Yeah, as I've said before, if you guys got artifact suggestions, since there's still a bunch of them left to write. Depends on the area. Some areas are pretty much complete. Some areas are, especially the later game areas, are still lacking artifacts. Yeah, if you got any suggestions, I will always hear them out. They might end up in the game. The strange 14 pendant. It's not a 14. A game controller. That would be funny. Hmm. Someone suggested like some sort of fetus creature inside the rock. But I'm not sure. Not quite sure if that would be, you know, that would add or take away. I think I might keep it like this. Okay, let me add some small urchin textures up here. Make it all slimy. Yeah, I think the rock is the egg itself, or it's implied to be. I think it's more fun to leave it a mystery. The way I have it written in game is that the moment you break this open, it instantly, or not instantly, but it rapidly just decays and dies. So it's pretty much impossible to study because it'll instantly die the moment you expose it to the outside air. It's kind of it can only exist in this perfect closed ecosystem. If it ever breaks off from that, it dies instantly. And I think that makes it sort of a tragic creature, right? I don't know. I like that idea. I'm expanding the texture a little bit over some of the crystals. Velo could make for a great artifact. I don't know exactly what it would do though, apart from being a reference. A stick bug that looks like stalactites. That's fun. Hey Cryptid, how long was that? About an hour? I don't really know. How long have I been streaming? 2 hours 22? Possibly. I don't know exactly which part of the stream you came in. No, I'm having emotions for a rock meatball. My poor thing cannot exist outside. Looks tasty. Well, you dig right in. Be my guests. Okay, do you think Bean will be outside already? Let me go check. There he is, the boy. Look at him. Careful. Hello, Bean. What's up, my boy? Mm. Kitty. Logo could belong to a rival character or group. That's fun. I don't know if I'll do this, but there's one of the areas in the game called Motag is basically divided among a bunch of different clans, and a bunch of them are named and appear in different areas and stuff, and they have their history. Oh, I think Bean wants to do art. Let's let Bean do some art. I'll explain. Hold on, Bean. Here he is, the artist. And let me set up the screen for you, my dude. Okay. Bean. Oh shit. Well, I guess you're doing it. He deleted my layer. I think he wanted to paint directly on the canvas. Oh, there he is. He's biting. Oh, shit. That was me. Oh, I can't undo that. Oh. He's going wild. What? Are you giving me notes on my piece? Maybe that's it. He's grabbing onto it too. Like, I kind of want to release it. But he's going. He's still going. Oh. Put it on. There we go. Let's go here. Okay, go, dude. Okay, while Bean thinks about his next brushstrokes, I'm gonna real quick fill in the background. Oh, that should be, there we go. Let me go back to this layer. Okay, Bean. Be my guests. You done? No, okay. What? I'm not moving my hand, by the way. I'm just grabbing onto the pen and letting Bean guide it. Making sure it contacts the tablets. What does it mean? What? Do you not want to grab it? I'm gonna wiggle it. I'm doing the wiggling. Are you done? Does that mean you're done? Are you falling asleep? Oh, he's falling asleep. Oh, baby. Okay. Well, I got a full Bean piece. This one's quite complex. I will say this part was made accidentally by me. The straight line. But I don't know if I can delete it anymore, because it's been covered by a bunch of bean strokes. What do you think this means? What do you think this represents? Quite a puzzle, isn't it? What did the artist intend by this? It's definitely like some kind of clear form, like he's been drawing something. I wanna hear your guys' thoughts. Looks like a face. Can you see the face? I'm kind of seeing like an animal face. Hold on, I'm gonna do something. This is just my editorial choice. But since this stroke was not intended by the creator, and thus not part of the composition, I will keep it partially, but I will sort of hide it. Kind of let it fade out. And that would give us a better idea of what the artist might have intended here. Is this too much editorializing? Do you guys think I should keep the stroke? Looks like a two-legged elephant running. I'm gonna give you one interpretation. You wanna keep painting, Bean? You wanna keep painting? I'll give you this back? No. Okay, he doesn't want to keep painting. Okay, so my interpretation, if I were to hazard a guess, and Bean is kind of on the okay there. If I were to guess, seeing like an eye here, and this kind of a muzzle, an eye, 2 ears going forwards. Right. Maybe like a little mouth of sorts. And then it kind of goes back and over here. So this to me looks like a llama. What do you guys think? This is what I interpret here. Do you guys see that? It might be a map, yes. He might be pointing us somewhere. What did you intend, Bean? When did you take those artistic decisions? We need to know. We need to know. I think it's a llama. Personally. Gotta call it llama, question mark. Oh wait, I can't do question mark on file names, I'm silly. Gonna save this as Bean art. Bean, you're collaborating a lot these days. You're very inspired. Isn't he inspired? It's incredible. Yeah, we got another Bean art. We're blessed. We're blessed. I'm gonna put it on the Discord. Wait. Who put AI stuff on the Valve's operating room channel? What happened? Sora, you're here? Can you tell us what happened? Okay. Bean art, where are you? Where did I save this? It's in the desktop. Why does it not show up? Oh, it's saved as a PSD for some reason? Okay. I could swear I saved as a JPEG, but... Okay, let's try now. Okay, now it's saved. There we go. It is in the Discord. It's immediately getting 1,000,000 stars. Okay. Beautiful. Thank you, Bean. We love you, Bean. Everyone say we love you, Bean. Oh, he's just sleeping next to my hand. He keeps getting his head close to my hand, so they're touching. Baby. Look, Bean. Look. They love you. He's sleeping. He doesn't notice, but he feels loved. Okay, we need to sign this. So we got little flesh strands. That's one possibility. I think let me quickly edit these flesh strands as we think of how to sign this. Let's just shift the edge inwards. That's better. It's a good place. Could it be like etched in the stone itself? Meat shine. Meat shine is sneaky. I have an idea, but it might be evil. It might be an evil signature, but what if half the signature was on this side and the other half was here, so it got broken up? Is this evil? Will this one be too hard to find for folks? So you have to like mentally put the geode back together to find the signature. Truly mischievous. That's what we aim for. But is it crazy enough to work? I guess we gotta see. Yeah, let's give that a try. I wonder if I should scratch it. Maybe it's a crack in the rock. Maybe it's a sort of like indentation. Bean is keeping his head like touching my hand at all times. It's so cute. I actually can't move my hand because this is so freaking cute. So I gotta work on this corner of the page so I don't disturb the bean. Okay, so what I'm thinking is I'm just gonna paint it softly, like so. And then, sorry Bean, I need to get right in between. I can't click. There we go. Gonna reduce the fill to 0. Gonna add bevel and emboss. Inner bevel, smooth, add some depth to it, maybe. And figure out the lights. So it would be here, I think. So this sort of creates, oh, wait, you guys can see it on this side. This sort of creates an indentation on either side. Makes it feel kind of like it goes in. I can also add a bunch of inner shadows. Hold on. I can add a color overlay. That's just soybean. That's just soft light black. So as I apply this, as you can see, it sort of creates that volume. Or that effect of volume. Okay, I gotta make the soybean color overlay stronger, I think. Like so. Either that or I just make it manually, actually. Okay, I gotta use my mouse to access specific parts of the screen because Bean is just sleeping on them right now. Evil little man. There we go. Carved into the stone in an evil way. Okay, how about we test out the colors and all the looks, both black and white and not. So, let's start with the usual. Come on. Photoshop. There we go. Okay, so I need to blur this until all the elements are more or less mixed together. And the problem is our flesh here is very lo-fi, very bad quality from the start. So that forces us to go a little bit harder on this effect. It's not the worst thing in the world, but you gotta keep it in mind. Okay. So everything seems to be more or less of the same quality now, which is good. And for now, we're just working on like the color version of this. Once we got that locked down, we can work on the black and whites. Okay, Bean, I'm very sorry. You can stay there. You don't have to move. I'm gonna move this little bits. There we go. Thank you, Bean. Thank you, little boy. So we add the customary amount of grain, as is tradition. Let's add some pink and stuff to the color palette so that, you know, the fleshy looks fleshy. Let's go to the color mixer as well and see which colors will affect our flesh the most. It seems to be reds and magentas. Okay. I can take the color of the magentas, maybe push it towards the red a little bit. Take the reds and just push them up, make this fleshy as hell. It also kind of affected the hands, but I'm not as that doesn't concern me too much. They still look natural. As for the color palette here, maybe complementary red and light blue. Or pink and a little bit green. Mayhaps. Or it could be just gold tones. Pinks and blues. Okay, I'm going to turn the whites lower because it mostly just affects the crust here. Don't want the crust to be too bright. If I turn the vibrance up or the saturation, it's not bad. And should we add some, what kind of background should we add for the hands? Because I'm feeling like this brownish black blank background. It's not very interesting. It doesn't do a lot color wise. So maybe we cut out the hands, put this on a rock background, perhaps? I think I might do that. So I'm gonna hit OK here. We take a look more or less how it's gonna look finished. Is everything centered? That's a good question. We go to the crop tool and just click it so I can see the rule of thirds here. That actually is pretty symmetrical. Maybe the hands are just a little rotated. Oh, wait. That's a bit better. Okay, let's hit select subject on the hands here. It shouldn't be much trouble for the program to isolate those. That seems pretty good, honestly. Yeah, even did a good job with the edges. So now we can choose a better background. How about rocks? Let's see what I got in terms of rocks. Got a bunch of concrete things. Doesn't work. This pretty standard rock. Too bright though. Like it's gotta be something darker. There's concrete. Guess I don't have a lot of rock textures that aren't concrete. Okay, let's just find one. Let's do rock wall. It's gonna give us like walls, like built walls. But I want a natural rock. Rock texture. That's a bit better. And what kind of terrains are geodes usually found? If anybody knows. I guess it is a fantasy thing. Put in whatever. It's not a real thing, but could do something like this. Although I guess no, I guess we're pointing at the ground. So I think it would be better if I chose something that feels like a floor, like the ground. Maybe this sort of gravelly thing. It's pretty good. Could be some cracked ground as well. No, but that doesn't fit the area you find it in the game. It's like a very snowy, rocky mountain. So not really. Doesn't feel like a space for cracked dirt. In terms of textures. Maybe I desaturate a little bit. Darken things a touch. And we have the top part be a little bit more lit up. So we go with the lighting. And we blur it. Actually, let me try the Which one is it? Lens blur. That's the one I've been using. There we go. Okay. Let's see what this looks like once the filters are applied. Let's see if it all works out. Okay, nice. It's giving me some strange colors to the background. That, of course, I didn't calculate before. So maybe we remove some purple from the shadows. Maybe that'll help. Let's try it out. Let's try out these new colors. Okay, so the shadows do have kind of this pink tone, and that is what is giving the background that color. Maybe the midtones. The midtones mostly seem to affect the hands and stuff. Okay, let me find the blues here. Okay, this affects the background. So we can change how blue it is, because I think it's a little bit too blue. And I can also work to make the background a little darker. We're making the color a lot more interesting just with this filter, right? Yeah, I think we're getting there. Let's go to our effects. That's where we have the vignettes. Let's figure out the shape of that vignette. Let's have it more or less frame our geode, because that's what's important. We already added lens blur, but I want to see how it figures out the depth here. That's always fun. Didn't really figure out the fingers, but it doesn't change much because I already blurred out the background. I could blur out the fingers a little bit, you know. Maybe just a small touch. Okay, let me go blur, auto mask. And Bean, you got spooked. Baby. Just made a little sound on the table. He became so spooked. Poor lad. Okay, so with this we're adding blur to all these areas, but we can change the amounts. I basically want it to be the same as this finger. So they're all equal here. Now I feather that a bunch. Add some brush size. Does that blur? Okay, now. Now? Oh, it isn't doing shit. Oh, it is doing shit, okay. Just very slowly. Okay. Now we basically control the blur in the fingers. by controlling the amount of blur here. Let's see now. Okay. That's definitely less pink than before. Bit more of an outdoors photo, but it works for our purposes, I think. Where's the... Oh, the goofy eyes got separated. Don't worry, they're back. They're back together. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I just noticed this little thing here below in the hand. Should just be a quick little... I guess it's because when I cut him, I forgot to check the edges. Maybe it cut a little bit too much. Hey, can I use this tool? Thank you, Photoshop. Don't mess with me, please. You're scaring me. What do y'all think of Living Geode? If you had this in the game, what would you do with it? Would you open it to study it and let it die? Would you try to keep it alive? Would you put it back in the mountain where you found it? Obviously, in the game you'll be playing a character, so you will act in character, but as yourselves, what would you do with this thing? You try to eat it? You're adventurous. I'll give you that. Hello, Bean. How's my little boy? Oh yeah. I'm gonna pick you up. I'm gonna grab you. I'm gonna grab the boy. I am gonna grab you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hold like bread. Oh yeah. He's floppy. Yes. Thank you. Did you sleep well on my tablet, Bean? Did you do art well? Of course you did. You're the best artist in this room. That is clear. And maybe in the whole world. Maybe. Guys, say the truth. Who's the better artist? I'm gonna say you. And they'll be right. Of course it's Bean. You're so creative. I love your abstract art. And your performance art. That's when he starts attacking random things. That's performance art. Meant to explore the inherent relationship of kitty and human. You're full of hair, my dude. I guess you were getting your summer coat. He's a hairy boy. But I forgive you. He's so comfy right now. Loves it. He loves the strong scratches in the neck. This. Oh, yeah. His favorite thing in the world. Strong scratch. Yeah. I'll start doing the strong scratch, which is this movement. And Bean will start moving his neck around so I get all the little spots. He loves it, see? I'm not moving my hand. He's just rotating. Oh yeah. Oh. To the back. Yeah, let's go for it. And rotates. You see how he does that? Good scratches. Oh yeah. You want to go? There was enough scratches for the next hour at least. Got so much bean hair. I don't think the camera picks it up. Oh my god. It's everywhere. He is shedding. Oh Lord. Lord help me. He's shedding. My god. What a right mess you made, my dude. It's in my face too. I'm gonna scratch it on my t-shirt because if I use my hands, I'm just gonna put more hair. My hands are full of hair too. But who could say no to this boy? God, you're so full of hair. He's right here. Hello. Hello. Cuddly boy. Yeah, let me get, there we go. Anyway, I think we got the geode. Now there's only one thing to do. And it is black and white. So I'm gonna add a black and white layer. Give it a little bit of tint and maybe adjust some of the parameters. Black and white layer, give it some tint. Oh, where are you going, Bean? No, you can't bite the cable, my dude. That is not for biting. Nope. Okay, let's add some tint to this photo. Pretty good. And oh, goodbye, Bean. And then I can go here and change the colors based, the darkness based on colors. So I'm gonna do that so I can get good contrast with the background. Maybe make the reds. Oh, there sounds good. The signature is here. It's just cut off. it is an evil signature. I still think it's clear enough on this side that you could figure it out fairly quick, but it is still pretty evil. Bean hair everywhere. Gets in my eyes. Okay, let me see. Let me go to Dreadfarer. That's the meme folder. Go to Dreadfarer. And I'm just gonna get another of the PSDs that I made for it. To reuse some of these, like, dust and scratches and stuff. It's pretty nice. Okay, and using this soft light layer here, I can choose where this effect is stronger. Because as you can see, it's an effect that kind of eats up the dark parts of the image and kind of gives them a blue sort of sheen. So I don't want it to destroy too much of the base image, but I do want it to show up a little bit. So I'm just applying it manually, basically. Can't hair in my mouth. Stuff that happens. What are you up to, Bean? Hello? As long as it doesn't eat any of my postcards, I'm fine with it. Let me add one of my actions here, a grain. It's taking its time. There it is. It adds a touch more of grain. I don't think it's going to be noticeable in the book itself, though. Okay, so that's going to be the black and white version. That's going to go for Dreadfarer. And for the color version, I'll just post it as a standalone thing. Because I like it. I like both versions. It's too difficult to choose. So both. Why not? And Bean Arts, of course. Okay. Let's see. Where did I save this? Did I save it? Black and white, yes. Okay. And that's just Flesh Geode on its own. There we go. I'm gonna call that done. It has been 3 hours, so pretty much my regular stream time. So I was thinking that maybe I would have time for other things this stream, but obviously not. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Hold on, I missed one thing. It's a tiny thing, but you see this little layer that I painted this tip of the arms in. I put it in the black and white folder, so I didn't save the correct version. Now it should be correct. Meat rock is done. Bean? No, don't climb over there. That's not a toy. He meowed at me like, why? Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna call this one done. And you'll probably see it tomorrow on socials, or one of these days, maybe not directly tomorrow, so I put in a bit more space between posts, but you'll see it soon on socials, probably. So yeah, that does it for the living geode. That's been fun. I need to do more geological horror. It's always a fun little subgenre. Tomorrow, though, we will be working on Dreadfarer stuff in earnest, so not double dipping this time. I'm just going to be doing some areas and artifacts from Dreadfarer. I still don't know exactly which ones. There's an area called the Rotting Grounds, which exists in the jungle area, and it's basically an area of the jungle that's been completely devastated by a horrible fungus that kills everything. So it's an area that's been taken over by a fungus, and all the trees are rotted. I thought that might be a fun one to do for rotten. I thought that might be a fun one for a stream, so we'll probably do that one tomorrow. Yeah, and the day after, on Thursday, we'll be doing Spore. We'll be continuing our playthrough of Spore, making a few more creatures. Had a lot of fun on the last Spore stream, so we're going to be continuing until we finish the playthrough, or at least get to space stage, which is the kind of where it ends, or where it gets really long. Been playing Spore 2 lately. Hell yeah, great game. So yeah, thank you guys once again. It's been a blast. I really enjoyed making this horrible meat stone. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, folks. Until then, I hope you take care. Have a great time zone.